All right, everybody hold on. I'm about to say it. Open world, base building, survival crafting. Oh yeah, that's some of our favorite things here on the channel, and this game has a heck of a lot of it. Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome to our first look on the channel. A game by the name of CLOUDHEIM, and a game that you may have seen a few days ago here on the channel as we took our first live look at it during the Future Game Show. Now, this game is coming out sometime in 2025 for the Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, Epic Game Store, Steam. You know, it's going to be on PC and stuff too. And what's really appealing here is that it's a co-op survival game where you can build with friends in the back of a giant flying turtle or tortoise. I think it's a turtle, but regardless, yeah, very cool that we can build a shop and a blacksmith forge and things like that, and upgrade our weapons to then do some combat against enemies that have been summoned by Ragnarok in a world that's incredibly vibrant. This game looks really, really gorgeous, and I like everything about it, from the enemies to our characters to the world itself. So thanks very much to CLOUDHEIM for sponsoring today's video, and thanks to all of you jumping in to check it out, because it is certainly one we're going to check out with our friends to be able to, you know, battle it out with ogres, but also armadillos and all sorts of other critters and creatures and beasts and whatnot. Seems like a good time, and especially when you can do it with friends, that makes it all the better when everyone can work together, where this game really focuses on the combat of throwing enemies up into the air or throwing them through objects and then multiplying the damage while they're all, you know, sky high. So you and a friend can throw them up into the air, and other friends can shoot them with arrows and throw bombs and other cool explosives and things like that. And it's all about, you know, strategy and tactics when it comes to combining your abilities together with friends, or just doing so solo. There certainly seems to be a lot to do in this one, and a lot of complexity and depth. In fact, it goes well beyond what I've seen in most games for combat, because it's not just each individual character doing damage on their own, but all of these abilities are combined together, and so that is really cool. And you can also team up with fantastic creatures that will be your allies in a way and work with you through your adventure, and it's really cool that we'll be able to take all the things from our adventure back to our base and keep building onto it, and then forging infinite possibilities that way, which is really neat. Good stuff. I mean, it's got everything that I could hope for, and I can't wait to get my hands on it myself. And when I see a game like this, what first comes to mind is, well, it's beautiful. So how does the sound design go? What's the music like? And from what I've heard so far, it's I can't quite put my finger on it. It's almost like a game that I've played before, but I can't remember which one. It seems like it might be a big game, like huge. People are going to really enjoy it. Could come out of nowhere. You know, when it drops, people are going to be playing this one left and right. It's got that potential, and I want to see it. There's been a lot of great games over the last few years that are open world adventure, and you think you get tired of them, and no. Another one comes out, and another one comes out, and we can never get enough of building a base, putting everything in storage, you know, building things for friends, collecting things, and helping each other out. And that sense of community, especially when you could build it in like a forge that almost looks like a hotel or something, like a lodge, that just feels good. And the animations look smooth, and the world looks beautiful. So it's certainly something that's going to be difficult to want to leave the base, because you're going to be building a cool base, but then know that you're missing out on a world that's very much themed on mythology, you know, like Ragnarok there. So you got a bit of, you know, Valhalla and, you know, Thor, and a little bit of that. I'm sure they go down their own story, and that's what we'll have to experience for ourselves. But the shading and the lighting look beautiful, and there also is a world of, you know, leaves and things blowing around, and the wind and natural elements that just looks amazing. So I, for one, am absolutely excited to give this one a try in 2025 whenever it drops. More information is down below in the comments section for this one, and also in the description too. And I'm excited to see what other secrets lie around the corner. This is a game that could have a lot more possibilities than what we're seeing here, so I'm just wide open to find out what happens next for a game such as this. So CLOUDHEIM, by the way, as they say, is going to be a game that has you master the chaos. There's a fully breakable world, so as you might see here in the trailer, you can chain those abilities together and then throw an enemy through like a pillar and do more damage that way, and then lasso enemies around and kind of keep them in the air with tornadoes and other abilities like that. And that's going to be cool. When somebody unlocks a new ability, you're going to have to take that into account, because the team can work together. So you can join forces with up to 3 friends, so you have yourself 4-player online co-op, and then you can share all the weapons and abilities you unlock as you grow stronger together and discover a new playable character, or many new characters, I suppose. There's visual crafting, so that means you'll never have to wait for a friend in a menu. You can craft a massive array of weapons and gear and powerful abilities that you can use in battle, and then if you don't like those, boom, you sell them, and then you make some money from that. So you get a bit of a shop too, So you have a forge and a shop that you can manage, and perhaps someday you can even craft worlds. Yeah, I don't know what that means exactly, but we will definitely see. The Odin shell is a massive ancient turtle. That's the one that we're on, and that's what carries a fragment of the dead god's power, and that's our refuge and basically portal to the whole world. And then we could expand the workshop, like I mentioned, customize the space, and then run the shop that allows us to uncover hidden secrets as people, maybe come to the shop and we discover more friends. And as our fortress takes flight and explores the world, that's going to be really neat. So the world itself is untamed, and there's diverse islands, and I don't know if they're going to be flying or if they're going to be on the ground, like if we fly over them. I have yet to see some of that stuff. But all those mysteries just make me excited of the unknown and not sure category. But there will also be puzzles in this game, as well as challenging boss battles. So the puzzles, I'm hoping we get a whole array of maybe things like following clues, like go to something, like getting glimpses of a picture and having to follow a few traces, or digging something up. I don't know. Or parkouring. All those things could definitely be possible in a game like this. And then, of course, crafting resources and valuable loots waiting around every corner and every little nook and cranny. And I'm quite the loot goblin, so when it comes to collecting all that stuff and putting it into boxes, I'm not very organized. I like my friends to do that. But it is cool to be able to have a runner to go out into the world and grab stuff and then come back to somebody who's making stuff too. I like to be a crafter as well. I love building the base, love organizing stuff, and I also love stuffing the base full of items in the inventory. And so we'll have to see how things work with the organization of the inventory system and how we'll organize our storage and personal inventories too. So then there's going to be a ton of blins. They're ever-hungry creatures that are like all sorts of different... I'm not exactly sure. They're like, I don't know, blobs of fur, but then also like they've got big ears, and there's like a robot. I don't know. There's like the sword cupine, and they're also here to help you on your adventure. So I am not sure if there are summons or if they will be providing us with special abilities, but a lot of this just kind of is intriguing. Like, ooh, that's cool. I wonder what we do with that. So I have a lot more to see, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention because it really stood out to me at the Future Game Show. And I am hoping to see a few more games like this one in the future. But this one does seem to stick out as being somewhere between a bunch of the games that we had in 2024 and before, yet it is very much its own thing too. And I'm also seeing, I don't know why, but we're finding a lot of flying turtles lately. Flying turtles are in, baby. 2025 is the year of the flying turtle. I know it's supposed to be the year of the snake, but it seems to be the year of the flying tortoise, flying turtle, and flying dragons and other things like that. So certainly a big year for anything that is a reptile that flies. And I guess that'll be me when Raptor gets himself on the back of the turtle and starts building a base in CLOUDHEIM. Now the trailer here, or what we're talking about today, focuses a bit more on the the combat elements and the whole go explore an open world and fight enemies element, but it does directly tie into base building with the whole forge and being able to find materials to make weapons and then going back and crafting them or upgrading them. So you'll be jumping back and forth quite often. And I always am a big fan of games where you don't leave your base is mobile. So hopefully when we go to explore, we're not too far from our base and fly it over or fly it near where we're exploring. So that way we don't have to go across multiple biomes for a long period of time in order to get into a into our base. So I'm really curious to see how the mechanics will work from teleporting from our base or gliding down from it and going to and from different locations. So there's certainly a lot of potential here. I'm very excited about this one. I want to play this and many other games from this year. This is certainly kicking off the year as a very strong year for gaming. There's a lot to love here and a lot to like, and this is certainly one that should grab your attention. So link down below in the description for CLOUDHEIM. Go ahead and pre-order it or whatnot if you'd like to, and definitely check out our future videos and live streams on this one, as I will for sure be playing this with friends, and I'll be trying to get in with everybody, up to 4 players to be able to, and also I guess you can alternate as well, play with some friends sometime and some the other time. We'll try to do a full rotation of getting everybody in from our wonderful community. So thanks again, guys, for watching today's video on CLOUDHEIM. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Enjoy my little initial reaction video, which is essentially this trailer during the Future Game Show, and I will see you all in the future. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Hope you all had a great day, and thank you for stopping by. Leave a like, subscribe, and get excited for CLOUDHEIM. Links down below in the description, and I'll see you all after this. Yeah, you're going to come to my next video, right? Of course, you will. Goodbye.
Against heavily armored enemies,
Wow.
armadillos, who roll recklessly through your allies. You'll need to dodge their rolls and then attack when their guard is down. Corvins, however, keep their distance with ranged magic blasts. You'll want to pull them in close with your lasso to dish out damage.
Big
Our combat
damage.
system is built around using physics to juggle your enemies. The longer you can keep enemies airborne with your kicks, lasso, and other abilities, the more damage they'll take when they finally hit the ground.
Okay.
Combine abilities and set up combos to maximize damage. Here, our character is placing down mushrooms and jump pads, bouncing enemies high into the sky. With the right combos, the battlefield will feel like a pinball machine.
Yep.
Play solo or team up with friends in co-op for coordinated combo attacks.
Friends too?
While you explore the islands in Cloudheim, you'll come across mysterious portals that lead to dangerous dungeons filled with tough enemies and rare loot for crafting.
But also big
You'll
old
grow in
bosses,
Cloudheim
right?
by mastering weapons to gain abilities along 4 class pathways, each excelling in a different style of combat. Spellblades supplement their attacks with elemental magic. Outlanders break armor to create weaknesses. Treasure hunters focus on speed to exploit weaknesses. And sentinels defend and heal the team when dealing damage.
Makes sense.
Choose the weapons and abilities that fit your style. You can freely switch your class just by changing your weapons, allowing you to focus on your favorite or make hybrid builds.
Oh, really?
Team up with your friends to create absolute mayhem. Our team has had so much fun coming up with unique abilities and wild
Removing
combos. We're
restrictions.
excited to see what chaos you can create. Now here's Nasher to tell you all the really important details about how to wishlist Cloudheim.
Tell me, Nasher.
Thanks, Nasher. In case you didn't get that, Cloudheim releases this year. Wishlist it now.
Okay, they mentioned crafting, so I hope we can build like a little village or something and then craft our weapons at the anvil. That seems cool.
Bring harmony to the realm.
love a
when
combat
Cloudheim
game like that
lands
with
on
friends.
PC, PlayStation,
Bro, is that
and
an
Xbox
otter?
in 2025. And
my
be sure to
God.
sign up to the closed beta if you want to check it out ahead of launch.